Hello, hello. Welcome to the Happy Hippie Intuitive. My name is Nina and I'm here to do your weekly tarot reading. So this reading is going to be for the week of the 2nd to the 8th of May. Can you believe it? We're already in May. This has gone so quickly. Anyway, so before we get into the reading, I would like to remind you, these readings are general, so you have to take what resonates and leave the rest, please. I link all the cards I use below. I also put timestamps so you quick and easy can jump straight to your reading once you made your pick. If you like what I do, consider hitting that like button and subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell so you get notified every time I upload. If you're interested in channeled work, in the ascension process, in the awakening process, then I have another channel called Pure Light Awakening that will also be linked in the description box, so hop on over there and have a look. Now, without further ado, let's get into the reading for this week. So you have 3 decks to choose from as always. Now, number 1 for you today is called the Fey Tarot. Number 2 is called the Fairy Tarot. And number 3 is called Tarot of the Elves. So a little bit of the shamanistic or nature spirit way today. Now we also have 3 crystals to choose from. On number 1 you have a rose quartz heart. On number 2 you have an octave that is green fluorite. And on number 3 you have a little tower which is smoky quartz. So take your time, sink into your intuition, ask your angels and guides to guide you to pick either number 1, 2 or 3. Pause the video if you need more time and I'll be back in a moment. I'll start with number 1. So removing number 3 and number 2. Okay, number 1, see if you chose this pink rose quartz heart, then this is the reading for you. I'll put it up here. It will be part of your reading. So let us now pull 6 cards as we always do in the weekly. I hope you are all doing well, that you're maneuvering the energies, and that you are managing to integrate all these new energies coming as well. Not always an easy task, I know, but that's just the way it is. We have to maneuver them. Oh, there you go. There were some that just fell out today. The Fool. 2 of Chalices. Beautiful. Okay, so let's pull some more. 8 of Chalices, or 8 of Cups. And then you have the Magician. 4 of Wands. Wow. And the Knave of Pentacles. And also Knave of Wands. Okay, that's beautiful. This is very beautiful, I must say, number 1. So let's look at it. The Fool. It's embarking on something new. It's also this deck here, you see, is depicted with a lot of keys, so they're kind of also inviting you to find the key for moving forward. Now, the Fool can also be a message to trust, okay? To trust in the path, to trust in the journey, and that they kind of have your back here. You also have that together with the Magician. Now, the Magician is someone who has all the tools he needs. He also is in connection with the spiritual realm, and he's making decisions from his higher self based on all his knowledge, okay? So those 2 together tells me that you are invited to trust in them. You're invited to step into that part of you that is in forever connection with the spiritual, with the divine, with your counterpart in spirit. And it's some sort of celebration happening here as well, because you have the 2 of Cups, which is partnership. It can be love, it can be partners as in friends or partners in work, you know, take it as it resonates, and it's together with the card of celebration. So there might be a couple that's celebrating something, maybe a wedding, or maybe, you know, an anniversary. That could be, it can also be an anniversary of a work relationship or a friendship, or maybe a birthday even for someone. But there's definitely a celebration happening, or it's a ground for celebrating, okay? Now over here we have the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is normally where we move away from something. Where we kind of decided to, you know what, I'm leaving this behind. I'm going to hunt for that last Ace of Cups here, which will then add on to my 8 and become the 9 of Cups, which is abundance and happiness and, you know, personal happiness, personal achievements. So that's kind of what I felt like you've been doing already, is that you've left behind something and you said, you know what, I'm going to go hunt for that last cup, that last ace of cups, so that I can, you know, get the abundance that I truly deserve. And it's together with the Knave of Pentacles, which is the new, it can be new money, but it can also be renewed health, or it can be an offer that's coming towards you. So, and also here you have the Knave of Wands, which is also new information, new inspiration, and new energy. Okay. So from my perspective here, it's either you have already said no to something, or you are about to, or you're invited to, because you want to go hunt for that last cup. Okay. You want to go find that Ace of Cups, that abundance that you want to have, right? And it's in the cards for you here. So I don't know if that's something you've already done, or if that's something you need to do, that you have to feel into what that means for you. But there is ground for celebration here, and there's a partnership happening. So that might be the two knaves over here. Knaves can also be children, just to have that said. It can be a child that is a fire sign, and also a child that is earth sign, just to have that said. Now, I feel like the invitation for this entire thing, it could be to move away from something that doesn't serve you and go hunt for what it is that you want. But it can also be to trust that this is a guided path. I feel like it's, they've got you, kind of, is the message here, because you have the Magician and the Fool here. And I think you already know that, but maybe it's a matter of trusting it and reminding yourself that, you know, this path, my higher self knows where to go here. My higher self have already kind of seen where this is going. So it's a matter of following the guidance of the higher self, right? And so maybe you're just in the need of a reminder of that, you know, they got you, your higher self and the spirit, they got you. And it's a matter of just using the tools that you already have, connecting and seeing the road as you go. And then maybe they will guide you to hunt that last cup, so that the 8 will become the 9, right? But in the middle, as I said, there is some sort of celebration. Maybe you've been invited to a party. Maybe you've been invited to participate in something joyous. Then this is definitely a message to say yes to that invitation. And there might also be that you find your cup within this party here, within this gathering, within this celebration. Maybe the cup is hiding there. Maybe there's somebody you're supposed to meet, and they will set you in connection with somebody else, or there's somebody you meet that will be a forever friend, or a love partner, or whatever, in this gathering here. I have a feeling that what they're trying to tell you is just trust that you're being guided. Just take the steps forward. Keep connecting with spirit. Keep having your eye on the ball on what it is that you want, and let them guide you moving forward here. That's what I feel. Okay. Now let's see. We have some other. We have some oracle cards that I want to use as well today. This is the Godesses, Gods and Guardians oracle cards by Sophie Bashford, artwork by Hillary Wilson. So let us, one that wanted to pop over, I'm going to take that. Balance, Mawalisa, okay, balance. Okay, so for me, what I hear is that, are you balancing the mental, meaning or the ego, and your higher self? Are you in balance there? Are you listening enough to your inner, to your heart space? Are you in balance when it comes to that? Because we're not here to just be a higher self throughout the entire road here, unless that's kind of something that you have decided to do before you came. But normally when we come here, we come to be human beings, to experience what it's like to be a human. So it is in a balance that's needed in being the human, but being the spirit at the same time, living in what we call the 4D world a little bit here. So are you in balance? And also the energy that you spend on something and the energy you receive, is that in balance? So I'm just asking these questions for you. Are you in balance when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to exercise and stillness, all these things? Look into that. And let's see the other card here. Aditi, expand your consciousness. Okay, so yes, this is definitely about your spiritual path here. As I said, I have a feeling that they're just trying to remind you and following your higher self, getting into that balance where you are also integrating your higher self into your physical, right? So gaining that balance now and living from both sides, both from the human and your higher self. So that's the expansion of your consciousness, and that's where you find your last chalice, is what I feel. Now let's see the last card from this. Ocean, sweet success. Yeah, there is some sort of ground for celebration here. Underneath you had Mary Magdalene's sacred marriage. So sacred marriage is, of course, where you kind of merge with the spiritual realm here a little bit more. So I don't know how much time you spend in your mental space and how much time you spend kind of in your soul space. That's up for you to answer, number one. But, you know, it's, yeah, it is definitely an invitation to find that balance, is what I feel. Okay, so let us look at what else would you like me to do today. Okay, those cards. Now, that's been a while since I did those. Okay, let's see. They want me to use these Souci cards. So we will do that. These are very cute little cards made by Nadine Breitenstein. Nadine Breitenstein. Illustrations is made by Elena Schweitzer. So I got this from Germany. They have them in German and English, I think, these cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards. That one wanted to pop. So let's see if there's any else here. Any more messages in here? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Okay. So at least 2 cards. So Frog Prince. It can be arrogance, broken promises, exploiting someone, humility, repent, penance, fight for love, or change of heart and mind. But it can also be kissing the frog as in a prince, you know. So have you kissed any frogs lately? Are you trying out a new relationship, maybe, for some of you? Or are you in pursuit of a new relationship? But it can be, you know, all these things as well, like arrogance or broken promise. You have to take that as it resonates with you, number one. But I have a feeling like I hear the expression, in order to find your true romance, you have to kiss a lot of frogs. Yeah, but that can have another meaning as well. It doesn't have to be a love relationship, but in order to find your bliss in life more, you know, it can be that you have to try on different hats kind of in order to find the one that actually fits you. Okay, so that might be a message for somebody as well. Magical birthday, gifts, a night, great event again. As I said here, there's some sort of party happening. His or her birthday as a point of reference or clue. Yeah, as I said, also a point of clue for something else. Invitations, sociability, manifesting wishes. Yeah. So that was very much confirmation about what I said here about that. So there is some sort of gathering you're supposed to go to, I feel. Now underneath this fell out, wings of love, choosing love instead of fear, initial difficulties, to be faced with emotional feelings and not accepted relationship, or to overcome the past, contrasts and prejudice, let oneself in. So that came out as well. And underneath you got message in a bottle, waiting for good news, hope for the best. So there is some sort of loving offer coming towards you. It can be a love offer, but it can be a loving offer as in, I feel like this gathering or this social gathering here will put you in contact with something where you then can go hunt for that last chalice that I said earlier. So it is trying on new hats. As I said, you might have been trying, and I recognize there's a crown here and a crown here. You have been trying, and a crown here. So you might have been trying on some different hats and different crowns to find out what fit you, you know. And so that might be work, it might be relationship, it might be friendships, you know, take that as it resonates. But I do feel like in this social gathering here, you might find someone or something that puts you on the right path. And again, it is your higher self guiding you to do so. So in that, you're finding your balance, you're finding this expanded consciousness, you know, you're moving forward with your spiritual, and you're moving forward with finding your path, kind of, okay? But for some of you, there might be some sort of love relationship too here, because there's a lot of love-related images and information here as well. So take that as it resonates with you, number one, okay? Well, that's all I had for this week. I hope I hope it made sense, and I hope you liked this reading. A little bit different than normal weekly readings, I feel. I hope you appreciated it. If you did, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Wishing you the very best for this week, number one. Till the next time I see ya. Bye. Okay, number two, so if you picked this octade green fluorite, then this is the reading for you. I'll put it up here. So we're going to choose 6 cards as we always do in the weekly. I hope you're doing well, number two, that you're maneuvering the energies, integrating these new energies that we are currently in. And so it can be rough sometimes, I know, but there is only one way through, and that's to feel everything and just allow it to happen. And, you know, this too shall pass. If you're experiencing these energies to be really harsh on your physical, remember that this too shall pass, okay? So let's see what you get, number two. Let's see what you get. Yeah, number 8. And then this is justice. Number 12, the Hanged Man. Number 2, the Priestess. Wow. Number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Number 1. Are you only getting? No, this is the Ace of Cups. Wow, I was afraid that you're only getting major arcana here. Ah, no, you don't. Okay, the 8 of Swords. Underneath, you have the King of Swords. No, that's the King of Bells, actually. So the King of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I see the 8 of Swords here. And as you can see, this little lady that's lying on the ground here, totally depleted. So there might be some of you that's been feeling depleted, or might have been feeling kind of it's time to give up, or yeah, things have been rough lately. You know, it might be that. As I said in the beginning, it might be the energies, you know, that you're feeling. Also because it comes underneath the Priestess, which is, of course, someone who's very much connected with the spiritual realm here. So it might be that you are feeling the integration of the new energies very much. And that's kind of, as I said, I had the feeling in the beginning when I was shuffling that you might be feeling the integration of these new energies quite harsh, quite heavy on your physical form, or have been lately. I've been doing that myself, so I know how it feels. But this can also be a card of confusion, or I don't know where to go, or I don't know a way out of this situation. It can be a feeling of, feeling trapped. So take it as it resonates. But it is underneath the High Priestess. So again, an invitation to use your higher self and your connection to spirit to solve the situation, no matter what it is. It is also next to the Hanged Man, which can mean that you have been in limbo for a while, where things have been stuck, where you're feeling like, I can't move. But it can also be an invitation for stillness, to have that said, or to gain a new perspective on something. Now, it comes together with the Ace of Cups here. And that's abundance and overflow. And I feel like that's love, and very much love from the universe for you. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and that can also be the card of karma, but it can also be the card of your legacy, or what was meant to be, you know, what's destined for you. And it comes together with a Justice card. In this deck, the Justice is number 8. So it is about a balance, or it is about reaching a justice, reaching a point where things are balanced in any way, shape, or form. and it's destined to be, I feel like. So there is a need for a balance here. There is a need for something to tip in your favor. There is a need for finding something out. There is a need for connection with spirit and receiving the love. And the receiving the love is also, you know, receiving the new energies from spirit, from the universe, and integrating it into your physical form. Now, you also have the King of Pentacles, and that is very good news. King of Pentacles is someone who is grounded, so maybe also a need for grounding here. But also, the King of Pentacles is someone who has everything in order. He has all he needs, you know. He's well provided for in every way, shape, or form. So, yeah. Yeah, I do feel for some of you at least that this is very much about the new energies coming and integration of those energies. But it could also be something in your mental aspect here that's kind of stuck in a need of some balancing. So take this as it resonates with you, number 2. Let's pull some oracle cards as well. This is the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians oracle cards. So let's see where we go. Okay, if I can get them out here. Star Maiden, rest. Yeah, the need for rest. Yeah, as I said here, it could be an invitation for resting, for stillness, for kind of allowing yourself to be in that limbo for a while. Maybe you need that to figure out where to go, to find your balance here. Mary Magdalene, sacred marriage. Sacred marriage is also where you connect, you know, where you kind of give yourself and surrender to spirit, okay? For some of you, I feel like this is very much about your spiritual path. Your spiritual growth, actually, and that they're asking you to surrender and trust here. Yeah, and very much connect more to find the answers. You know, your critical self, your ego, cannot find the answers itself. It isn't designed to do so. So you're supposed to connect with your higher self instead, with the High Priestess here, to find the balance and to know where to go, to find your way out. So like Odin did, he hung upside down on the tree to gain the wisdom, right? So that's kind of what I feel like they're encouraging you to do here. Not hang out upside down, you know, not literally, but being in limbo for a while to figure things out. You know, the sacred marriage is the marriage to spirit. So rest, you know, take your time with this. One more card. Oh, come on. It's not that easy to get a hold of. Wise decision, yeah. So you have to use your wisdom, and underneath you got Merlin, cosmic knowledge. I mean, it couldn't be more clear here. It's very much about getting into that part of you that is wise, and that is not your ego. That is not your critical self. It is your higher self. Okay, so that hence the owl on the shoulder here, and Merlin with the cosmic knowledge. So I feel like this is very much about your connecting with spirit, your spiritual journey, your spiritual growth. Are you, you know, living your life with your higher self, integrated with the higher self kind of steering the boat here? Or is your mental self trying to steer? So let us pull some more cards and see what happens here. Let's see. Wonderland of thoughts. Not the first thought, but the second is the right one. Pursue unusual paths. Time for decisions, not afraid of changes. So again, trying to find your way, you know, and you're kind of being lost in thought. So you can't find your way that way. That's not the way. So that's what they're trying to say again with this card. So the dark corner, yeah. Shame, regret, fear, expiate, punishment, suppression, darkness, emotional pain, to feel unloved or unpopularity. So that's kind of where you've been stuck in this corner here, right? Where you feel like you can't find your way out. And they're saying that your way out is through the higher self here. It's the balance that's needed. You need to yeah, it could mean, you know, I don't believe in the death of the ego as we're killing it off, but the death of the ego would, for me, what it means is acknowledging that it is the higher self that's making the decisions and that is supposed to kind of steer the ship here, and kind of teaching the ego the fact that it can trust the higher self. The higher self will always do what's best for you. Underneath you have the nanny. Education, assertiveness, equal rights, social classes, emancipation, children, home life, and housework. Okay, so yeah. So this is for me taking care of you. Okay, gaining the wisdom that you need, as they said with the owl here as well, but also taking care of you. Recognizing what it is that you truly want and what you truly need. And they have all this love for you that's kind of overflowing and coming towards you here. So receive that. Sit down and just receive that beautiful energy coming towards you. Ask them for help, you know. Ask your guides to come close and to help you with this. So you can get out of this dark corner here. To get into equilibrium, to get into that balance again. Sacred marriage, you know, you have to, you know, a good saying is also let go and let God, you know, or whatever it is that you believe in, what you call that. So it is about surrendering very much here as well, I feel, number 2, okay? Surrender to your higher self, surrender to spirit. They know the way, your higher self knows the way, okay? So rest into that, seclude yourself, set aside the time to go into this. And this is kind of a path that's destined for you. So it's not just a daily life. This is not just a weekly reading for me. This is very much, and you have all these major arcana cards as well, as I pointed out in the beginning. So it is a kind of significant change for you happening here, I feel, number 2. And they're really inviting you to step into that now, to kind of tip the scales a little bit. So things will start to get easier as soon as you surrender to spirit, surrender to your higher self, surrender to the higher knowledge in this, okay? So I feel like that was pretty much the message for you this week, number 2. I hope it made sense. I hope you liked this reading. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't. I wish you the very best with whatever it is that you're moving through right now, number 2. You have my love, okay? Until the next time I see you. Bye. Excuse me. Okay, number 3. So if you chose this smoky quartz tower, then this is the reading for you. I'll put it up here. So we're going to pick 6 cards as we always do in the weekly. So let's see where we go, number 3. So I hope you're maneuvering the energies that we are currently in. It has been very strong energies in April. I have been feeling it myself. A couple of days there where I was totally knocked out. Still feeling it. So, yeah. I understand if you feel it too. So, let's see where we go. Maybe May will be better. But there's all these conjunctions happening, and there's all this eclipse season we're in now, and all sorts of energies. But hang in there, people. This too shall pass. You know. We have good days and bad days. That's the way it is. So let's see. Let's see where we go. Yeah. 3 of Swords. Yep. King of Cups. 6 of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, And the Death card. Underneath we have the Tower. Okay. Let me just have a sip of water and we'll get into the energies. Number 3. Okay. Yeah, so... Okay. Yeah, let's start over here because, you know, the 6 of Cups is the card of reminiscing. It is a card of looking back at the past. It can be childhood. It can be people we miss. It can also be happy memories, looking back at happy memories. You know, it can also mean children. So take that as it resonates. But it comes together with a Death card, which is change. Transformation card. So there might have been something... regarding your past that has changed, or that has changed you, or it might also be an invitation to change the energies of whatever happened to you. There is a Tower moment here, so it might have been something that happened in the past that was quite abrupt and quite heavy, maybe also traumatic. And you also have the 3 of Swords here, which is the card of heartache and sorrow. But you have it together with the Ace of Coins here. And you see she's very surprised to find a coin there. But remember that coins, you know, pentacles, it's not just money, it's also health, okay? So there might have been something that happened to your health also, where you felt depleted, or where you felt, you know, it made you sad, or... you know, something happened that put you in a position that where you couldn't do what you wanted to do, kind of. So that might be for some of you too. Now you have the 8 of Cups here, and that's the card of walking away from something. To, you know, go hunt for that last cup so that you can have the 9 of Cups instead. But you also have that together with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups has already gathered all his cups. You know, he is sitting on his throne, you know, normally, and he has everything he needs, kind of. But the cups is also emotional, and you have 3 cup cards here. So it can be someone that you needed to walk away from your past, that hurt you, okay? That did something that was really... you know, out of the blue, or really shook you in a way. And so you needed to walk away. You needed to transmute that energy because it wasn't good for you. And to go hunt for your health. To go hunt for equilibrium in your life. For balance in your life. To gain this, you know, where you are content, where you are happy in your own skin, where you have everything you need, where your emotions are stable, and where you feel secure, right? So something has really shook you here. It might have been something, of course, that happened recently, but since this card popped up, I have a feeling that it is regarding something in the past. But it has had a huge impact on you since the Death card and the Tower card comes together. I must say that it must have had a huge impact on you. And it might be that these energies are what's coming up in you now. Because what happens is when we integrate the new energies from the universe, when we are in our ascension process, awakening process, when we are developing in a spiritual way, when we are growing spiritually, we are accepting new light into the physical form. And that new light has a much higher frequency than a lot of the energies that's already in you. And if this is an energy that you have had in you from, you know, from trauma, from childhood, or from the past, or whatever, then the new light will rattle that energy to come up and be felt through and then released, okay? So that might be what's happening to you right now, okay? The new energies coming in, they are really strong. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're experiencing some really heavy moments regarding that when these energies are trying to integrate into your physical form. Because all of this old stuff, it will be rattled, it will come up because it has a lower frequency. So it can't exist, it can't coexist with an energy that is vibrating on a much higher frequency. So what happens then is that the higher frequency will rattle the lower, and the lower will come up. And then that lower needs to be felt through. And then it will be released when it's ready to be released. And then you can integrate even more of the higher frequent light. But, so it is an invitation here. It is an invitation to transmute the energies within your physical form. Okay? And it looks grim, but it isn't. It's actually a healing process, okay? So what it means is that it's healing you. So don't look upon it as something negative, because it is not. Okay? It feels that way, but it is not. This will take you into a higher vibration. Okay? You will have more connection with your spiritual realm. You will, once you have felt this through, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 10 times, all depending on what kind of deep wound it was, then it will be gone. And you will look upon it just as an experience. Okay, that happened to me. I'm done with it. And I've moved on. Okay. These two popped over. Sexual wisdom. Okay. Sweet success. So, yeah, I have to say what I get here, people. Okay, I have to be honest. For some of you, this might have been sexual assault. I'm sorry to say. I can share with you that I have experienced that myself, and that left a lot of deep wounds in me, and I have been working on transmuting those energies for a long time, and I feel like I'm almost done with that now. But if that's you, you have my love and my understanding, because I've been there, so I know what you've gone through. And it is possible to heal from that, okay? But you have to be able to feel it through. I would recommend someone to hold your hand, a therapist. I did that, and that helped me immensely. So if that's you, then seek out a therapist and someone to hold your hand while you are experiencing all those energies coming through you. Okay, so that might be for some of you, since sexual wisdom came up. But from other point of view, if you feel like that was not you, this card could just mean that sensual energy within you. That can also mean Kundalini, okay? Kundalini awakening process, just to have that said. But I get a feminine feeling about this, the divine feminine as well. Now, sweet success is what they're saying is that you will gain success with this. It will go your way, okay? They will help you. You have to allow them to help you through this. And now another card. Yeah, Mermaid of Remuria, joy. Okay, underneath, Avalon Priestess, intuitive awakening. Oh my God. That's exactly what I've been saying here. I feel like this is you're part of your awakening process, you see. I just got the chills. So it is important that you do this. So I feel like the readings today have been not just weekly readings. It's kind of a deeper thing going on. But I think that's also about the times we are in. It's a deep healing going on. And that's kind of what's happening with you here as well. Is that you have some wounds from the past that are really deep. And allow the light, allow the spirit, allow your higher self to come in and help you with that. Allow a therapist to hold your hand. Allow the angels to hold your hand. You don't have to go through this alone, okay? If you need support, if you need to contact me, then go over to Instagram. I have an Instagram account as well. It's linked in my banner and also below in the description box. And you can send me a personal message, okay? And I will read it and I will answer you if you need my support. If you are the one who has been experiencing sexual assault and you need my help, then you can reach out to me. Haunted house, fear of loneliness, fear of the unknown, fear of darkness, insomnia, nightmares, claustrophobia, orphans, children's home. Okay, so there might be a fear here in going into these deep energies, whether it be a sexual assault or just wounds from the past in any way, shape, or form. You might be fearful of going into it and kind of reluctant to go into it. My answer to that is that in order for you to grow, you kind of have to feel it through, okay? But ask for help in doing so. You don't have to go through this alone. And it will get better. They're saying joy and sweet success here, okay? And this is part of your awakening process. So, your higher self will never do anything to you that's not in your best interest, okay? So listen to your higher self and let your higher self guide you. That was a bit too many. Let your higher self guide you on this journey here, on this process of healing, okay? Because that's what's happening to you, number 3. It doesn't feel like it maybe right now, but you're healing, you see. You're healing and you're awakening and you're growing spiritually. That's what's happening to you, okay? So let's pull one more of these cards here. As above, so below. Principle of analogy, outer circumstances are reflected within the person or situation and vice versa. Already small changes affecting the big picture and whole situation. Yeah, so you're already kind of doing it, is what I feel. It's already started, and they have kind of orchestrated this from above, and so the below will follow, okay? So it's kind of no escaping it either. Underneath, wonderland of thoughts. Not the first thought, but the second is the right one. Pursue unusual paths. Time for decisions, not afraid of changes. Yeah. So it is kind of a tipping point here. And that's also with the death card. You know, it is the transformation. It is the tipping point. It is leaving the old behind, stepping into the new. It is hunting for that health, that good health that you need. It is the transmuting of the energies. It is the integration of the high frequent energies, okay? But they're saying joy, they're saying sweet success, and they're saying intuitive awakening here. So this is part of the process. This is part of the journey, okay? And it might feel heavy on you right now, but they are with you and they love you and they will help you with this. And as I said, reach out if you need help. To a therapist, to a friend, to a family member, to someone who understands you and loves you. And to me, if you need my help as well, or write something in the comment section and I will answer you. So this was far more than just a weekly reading, I feel, number 3. I feel like this is something profound happening to you, and I wish you all the best moving in and through this. And remember that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Remember that. And you are never alone, and you are deeply loved, and they are always with you, and you have all my love in this process that you are in, number 3. Okay? I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I wish you the very best, number 3. Until the next time I see you.